GSL. Welcome to GSL Cloud Kingdom.
All right, game number 2 is underway. In the bottom left, we have our Zerg player, known for his insane mid-game play and his EDT. His ideas?
MVP DongRaeGu.
And in the upper right, we have our blue Terran player winning that first game in what I think some of us would consider an upset. His ID is
GSL Polt.
You know, it's so interesting the place that we are at in StarCraft 2, where you could say like Polt winning any game would be an upset. This is a champion. He's won so many tournaments around the world and here. But game directing is not. I don't know if it's actually by Star Television right now.
Could be.
Could be, yeah.
They're trying to get our
fixing
computer
computers
fixed right now, so it could be him actually.
And it looks like, okay, yeah, I guess that probably is him. Because now I'm going into, they got me all set up to, so I'll be in the next game, so we'll actually have a much better idea what's going on.
I kind of like this, because when this game starts, you have to use my screen, you get to cuddle up to me.
Yeah, I'm sitting right next to Tasis right now.
We're cuddled up. Our knees are touching.
That's right.
By game 3, I'm going to try to hold his hand. You ever had that when you
I'm going to yawn and put my arm around you?
Yeah, man. You like bring a girl to a movie theater when you're like in 7th grade or something. You're like,
my God.
All right, well, in 30 minutes I'm going to try to hold her hand.
It's like the most nerve-wracking thing, too.
Yeah.
You're like all covered with sweat before you do it because you've been thinking about it. You don't even know what's going on in the movie.
Palms, you get the clammy nerd palms.
Yeah. Been there, done that, Tasteless.
That's not us anymore, Artosis. We're just attack mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We're attack mode.
Attack mode. As you can see, Polt not the favorite here at 12%.
Yeah, 36.1. That's a strong favorite there.
Not bad.
Especially with this group, man. I mean, we have the best Kestrel player, likely, Rain, he's had fantastic games all over the place. Every game I've seen of Rain so far, I've been impressed. And then, of course, Tasia, who looks like the best Terran in the world right now.
Oh, hands down.
It
he
would
looks
be
like unreal.
Yeah.
It reminds me of right when Bomber first started getting really good, and everybody's like, is this the best player in the world?
I know what you mean.
He's such a beast, but now Tasia looking even more so.
Yeah, he's pretty damn scary. Definitely one of the players to look out for in this entire season. All right, so. Cloud Kingdom.
Cloud Kingdom.
Kingdom of the Sky, Tasteless.
Who is the king of Cloud Kingdom?
Well, it's either Polt or DRG.
This is King's Landing right now.
That's right.
We had Lannister nerds, Stark nerds duking it out.
It's the game of drones, Tasteless.
That's all after Artosis Baratheon stepped down from being the king.
Step down?
And that's when, yeah.
I was forced, Tasteless.
That's you, Artosis. You're that fat king that drinks all that wine.
I am him.
You yell at Wolf that.
And I die in a terrible way, like I'm hunting a hog or something. It tusks me. I'm like, oh, I was the king. Really? This is how I go? Couldn't I at least be assassinated by a ghost?
What is in the Game of Thrones? What is the Baratheon? Is it an elk?
Yeah.
Their emblem.
Yeah.
And the Starks are lions. And
the Starks are wolves.
The Starks are wolves. Excuse me. The Lannisters are lions.
Yeah.
And then what's the other one?
I don't know. Maybe dragon.
Dragon must be. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, that's.
Can't wait to find out what the emblem is going to be for the king of north of the wall, Artosis.
Skeleton. I don't know.
Skeleton.
A Yeti.
Maybe. It's like a snail or something. It's like
a polar bear. All right, so a lot of queens popping out for DRG here. I think he's actually already going up to 5. Now, 5 is kind of an in-between number. What is in between? It's between 4 and 6.
Very good, Artosis.
Yeah, and I'm not just saying this as like a silly math lesson. Like, it's actually, these are the common numbers of queens is 4 and 6. Oh, no, he is going up to 6. Okay, so that's 4 queens right there. The other one, I guess, was over near the hatch when we last saw it. But going up to 6 queen, that means he's going to have insane creep spread. This is something DRG still does on this map. A lot of people are preferring quicker speed on a lot of maps as opposed to this because Terrans were getting so greedy against 6 queen opens.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have 6 queens, you are not going to be able to attack Terran at all. So they've been getting the speedlings to mix it up, some variety. But with this, I mean, DRG, when I see him play on this map, he does this a lot still because he loves to push the creep all the way onto the Terran side. And once you get the creep into their 4th base location, they are in trouble. That is going to take them a long time to clean up.
Yeah, and this is definitely a map where you can push the creep there. If you look at the 4th base for where Terran would want to take it, which is sort of top center, to the left a little bit, because the one to the right is the 3rd logical base. It's not hard to push the creep up there.
Yeah, it's not too hard, especially if you have those 4 queens out in the center. You can definitely do it. It takes some babysitting because you have to go up hills with creep, which is the most annoying thing to do with creep. But it's definitely doable. So a second spine crawler on the way. He's being pretty careful here. We do have a lot of Marauders and Marines and Hellions being made. I think this is actually going to be a timing, Tasteless.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, making this many Marauders, you are attacking early. Like, the only time you'll see a Marauder that you're not attacking early is one Marauder when you're going Banshee Hellion, just in case roaches come. But this is definitely going to be attack timing. He's actually going to get that Overlord, which is really good.
Now back, Polt is everywhere.
Yeah, this is actually going to be +1 with Stim Marine Marauder. Oh my god, he's going to have a lot of Hellions too. This is deadly. Polt is, I mean, there are all sorts of little timing attacks that you can do early game with this. I've never seen this exact one. And
you know, this is smart because for game 2 to have a build like this.
Yeah.
After game 1, he did something incredibly greedy, like getting 3 command centers. I really like this.
It's not just that. DRG does this a lot on this map, and queens aren't going to be nearly as useful against this. The speedling openings are going to be way better against this than the queen openings because these queens do basically nothing against Stim Marine Marauders. They're better against Hellions.
Oh, now he sees, he knows.
DRG may as well pull back to his natural because this thing, I can't imagine holding this base. Well, he's making a lot of lings.
Baneling's Nest is not quite done yet, which means that the timing here actually could be about as good as it could possibly be.
Well, he is making Banelings.
All right, but I think he can actually stim an attack into here.
Oh, yeah, this is loot.
Right
Watch
before
this.
the Banelings get done.
This could be brutal. And
this could. Actually, I guess the stim's taking a little bit longer than I thought. I guess the Banelings are actually.
He has, oh, wow, yeah, that stim didn't finish up. That's why
I thought he was going to finish like 5 seconds before the Banelings hatch.
Wow, he actually needs to make this do something. See, now he's trying to draw him to the side so he can run in the other side.
Stimming.
Well, this is it. He's got to get something done here, Tasteless. The Ling's running in, and the Baneling's actually connecting with a lot of Marauders.
Oh my god, the Banelings are in the open!
And now a lot of the Marauders are gone, but more Marines, Marauders, and Aliens coming in.
This is going to be really hard for him to stop.
It is indeed. He is
targeting about to go down.
Targeting all these Banelings down as best as he can, getting the
More
queens.
Banelings on the way, but he could gun them down before they hatch.
Oh my god, and he's going to do it. He gets, oh my god, 2 of them connect. Huge connections there by Polt. I mean, by TRG on Polt.
I don't see reinforcements coming down here. Oh, excuse me.
That's a lot of queens. You know, killing off the Marauders, he did have to use a lot of Banelings for that, but just killing those off at all is gigantic. I mean, this is... Wow, he actually held that 3rd base. The stim was just a little bit too slow. He is trying to go again, but that's way too many speedlings, and now he's losing a lot of
units.
units.
He's going to go over here towards the drones.
And a lot of these drones are likely to die. The Queen's dealing damage very quickly. He's got to target very carefully here.
Yeah, very carefully here.
And, well...
Not bad.
Killing an okay amount, and he sees the Spire, which is super, super important.
12 workers killed.
All right, I mean, all right, so let's look at the supplies to try to figure this out, because, guys, again, for this game, I don't have a PC. Next game, I will. 91 supply to 74. DRG's the lead. Polt does have 1-1. DRG has 1-1 with 2-2 on the way. You know, Polt's other tech is a little bit late. He is getting through command center, though. He's killed 12 drones. You know, DRG obviously has a little lead, but Polt is not in as bad a shape as you would ever think after this.
This is not dire straits right now.
Yeah, because he was getting upgrades. He did tech up as it was starting to fail. He has his turrets up. Mutas, I don't even know if he's going to make any Mutas. I don't think he's made it yet. So, I mean, Polt's still in this game. Oh my god.
And attacking again. This is unusual. Normally you would see him turn around.
He's trying to pull a TVP, Tasteless.
And it looks like, well, the Banelings are going to clean that up. Not exactly the most cost-effective Banelings there.
As long as he saves it, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I like that he's trying stuff like that, because if he gets in there and there's just happens to be no Banelings nearby, he probably gets that. And if he gets that, then suddenly he's in a lead. as opposed to being behind, and that's pretty huge. So it was a good try. That would have worked against the Protoss.
Well, he's going to move out here again. I don't know if he's paying attention. Oh, man. Oh, no, the SCVs.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, this is getting really bad for Polt now. He's actually, I've never seen this many Baneling connections on Polt, to be honest.
Yeah, normally he splits a little bit better.
Yeah, yeah. And as you see, DRG definitely, I mean, he's obviously lost a lot of resources, but he has been killing off what he needs to kill off. And he does have meters on the way now.
All right, Baneling speed completes. And we have some links coming in here now. Backing off.
Yeah, the mutas are going to be out pretty soon.
Note that he didn't really push his creep that much since that attack.
Yeah.
This happens to some Zerg players where their creep pushing just stifles.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you're getting attacked by that crazy attack, transfusions are important. Pulling your queens back is important. The creep spread not as much, but he is starting again now. He has 7 queens, 1 in each hatch. That means he still can have 4 in the middle, but the thing is you need the creep a little bit further out by this point of the game because now he has stim, medevac, combat shield, stuff like that, and it's going to be hard for the queens to be in the middle of the map.
Right, more medevacs are popping out now. I'm also glad we're at the point in time where players are not brainlessly sending their medevacs out.
Yeah.
Really and when the mutas out in the map, we're losing them.
Really well planned medevac drops nowadays. Now 2-2 is about to finish for Polt, which is really good because DRG never started 3-3, doesn't have a hive yet. He is up in that drone count as you see, 71 to 57.
Third base acquired here for the Terran, and more factories on the way.
Yeah, Polt back into that 3-factory timing that he loves to do so much. And the hive is going to be a little bit later this game for DRG in comparison to the factory timing for Polt. So this should work out pretty well for Polt.
Whoa, overextension there by DRG, losing a lot of mutas.
Ouch. Yeah, he did lose quite a few there, didn't he?
He lost 3.
Ow. Ow. And he's got another 1 or 2 there that are pretty red. Now, he is making a lot of Banes.
Yes.
So I wonder what those Banes are actually for, though, because he just saw the 2 extra factories. So making Banes right now, unless he's going for an attack really soon, I don't see the point. Because when someone's adding 2 facts, they're not about to move out. They're waiting for those 2 facts to kick in. So
they're waiting to have this tank boom.
Yeah, so I'm like actually really, I mean, he could attack. He might say, well,
aggressive. I mean, if you make that many Banelings, you already had some here before.
Yeah, that's the only thing that it could possibly mean, right?
If the Banelings make so quickly, it's almost like you can make them in real time.
Yeah, yeah. And with 43 and 53 lings, 16 mutas, while he's going hive, I could see him when this next round of ling pops out trying to attack, but it's a really good spread right now by Polt, and he has a sensor tower, so it's going to be hard to catch him off guard and actually get in there and do enough damage.
All right, the lings are kind of gearing up here. No, Polt's nearly maxed. All right, Polt definitely should not be moving out right now. Driving back those mutas, but Polt's going to be careful not to overextend himself here.
That's a lot of Banes, man. That's a scary army, but against siege tanks, if Polt targets right, it's not so scary at all. So,
all right, looks like 3-3 is almost done here for Polt.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to line up, you know, the extra facts with the 3-3 and +2 with tank attack and just move out with all that together. He's starting to push his way out, but this is just like a placeholder while he waits for this all to basically finish up. He wants, when they actually engage, he wants all those upgrades and the extra tanks.
All right, the Banelings rolling out now. Greater Spire is on the way, so we're going to have a lot of corruptors being made here. And note, he is maxed out, so he's probably going to attack. I was going to say DRG is probably going to attack him, but it looks like it's going to be a trade here.
Yeah, this is a nice move.
And here we go.
Uh-oh, this is a little base trade going on, and he's... What? What?
I think that's actually too many Banelings on the SCDs. Could have been a little bit more efficient there. Now, I have to say, I don't know exactly what DRG is going to do to deal with this big attack down here, you know?
Yeah, well, he's going to roll back with some of the Banes. He's killed off that command center, so with no third base, Polt is going to have to make this attack work. Now DRG coming around. He's actually still maxed out. He's up about 30 supply.
Looks like DRG might actually go to the upper right.
Oh my god, I guess you're right.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
I guess you're not.
Okay, I guess I'm not.
3-3 is just about to finish. This is very important for Polt.
It's going to finish, before the attack occurs. It does finish. Greater Spire is done. Nice little drop there.
Yeah, he's got to protect that base. That base is super important. He has to stay a base up. Even though he killed one of Polt's, he lost one. So that base is crucial. His tech is crucial. I don't think he actually has any corruptors right now. Waiting for Adrenal as well.
Yeah, that's smart. He has to wait. Now, if he can try to hit this hatchery over here, looks like he's going to go for some drones instead. Picks up, and that'll be cleaned up there with these. Polt is kind of stuck at the bottom right now. If he unsieges, the banelings can come in there and do so much damage.
Yes, that's completely true. So Polt has to decide. And notice he's cleaning up creep tumors. That's for a lot of reasons. First off, that's always good. Second off, the vision that gives of when he sieges and unsieges is deadly. Because as you just said, Tasteless, I mean, the banelings will roll in there as soon as the tanks aren't sieging and kill everything.
It's anybody's game right now. Wonder how many minerals are actually left at Polt's second base.
Well, Polt has maxed out. He has 85 Marines, 10 tanks, 7 medevacs, and 2 Thors. That's a really strong army.
Polt could be closing in for the kill here.
Yeah.
It looks like DRG is going to come in here from behind. The tanks are sieging.
Some really great fungals coming out, and in fact, those Sea Chinks in a perfect spot right there, forcing the Lings and Banelings back after killing a few. Now, we do have Broodlords about to pop, but only 4 Infestors are out.
All the important tech is right over there in the second base. The Broodlords are out.
Yeah, but with only 4 Infestors, can they actually do it? It's a hard place to make Marines run under, because it's on the high ground, so that's a really good spot.
He scans.
Uh-oh, that other piece of the army might get erased, Tasteless. Oh, no, Siege is up in time. Really well done. Wow, Polt on top of things.
He needs to unsiege these siege tanks. And that's going to trigger probably the army up above from Zerg to come in here and attack.
And he's going. He's going to catch the Siege Tanks once again for free. And in fact, the Ling Baneling Force should be able to clean up these Marines, which means the Mutas will kill the medevacs. DRG going into a great spot here against Polt.
But another attack over there in the upper left. These Marines, Stimney could target down the hatch. Or the Queen.
And, well, I mean, he's going to be able to micro against this really well if there's no Banes. But the Banes are coming a little bit slower than the other units. He's got to make sure they don't hit the Thor.
I think this could be an overextension here.
Yeah, it might be, but I think Polt realizes that he has to do something right now.
He's got some reinforcements on the way. The hatchery's been held.
Oh, no. That was pretty nice. But he does have Sea Chinks on the high ground. I don't think he has enough anti-air.
Yeah.
The Mutas could actually fly in and clean that up. I guess he doesn't know that right now. But
there's more Marines on the way here. He needs to unsiege.
Yeah, he cannot be losing Sea Chinks at the moment. They are so important. Only 1 Infestor out, still no Banelings. This is basically just a Muta Brood army, and the Marines can actually hold this back for a little bit at least.
All right, he's got to back up.
And here come the Banelings. Freshly morphed, going to roll through everything here.
I think
Polt's taking too much damage.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to tap out here. The third base is just going to get attacked. All the medevacs are going to be killed off.
He had to be more efficient with that. He had to kill the base off. And now DRG's like up twice as much supply. So Polt's down to just micro mode. I mean, he's never going to have a good unit composition again. That's just not going to happen. He's just got to micro his heart out with Marines mostly. But will that be enough?
Well, more Marines gathering up here. I do think, I'm not sure if DRG is fully aware of it, but like Polt is basically dead. I mean, this is like pretty almost impossible to recover from.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, Polt right now is just mining from that third base. I mean, it's not even an orbital, as you can see. That's how busy he's been. His money's very low. His supply's very low in comparison. I don't think he even has a medevac right now. He's making some, but he's basically just got Marines. And just Marines against Hive Tech normally doesn't work out. Yeah, look, 28 Marines, 1 Viking, 1 tank. But DRG, this entire series so far has been really low on Infestors, and really, if he just made a round of Infestors, that would be GG. With no medevacs out and just a couple being made, he can dismantle a Marine-based army in a matter of seconds.
Nice last-second fungal.
Yeah, see, look at that. Those things are pretty useless now. It would only take like 10 Lings to kill all those.
Yeah. Now we have, well, it looks like he's almost maxed out, DRG is. Polt trying to take a 4th base here. I don't know how long that's going to last. We'll see.
Well, right now, this unit composition of DRG getting better and better. He is slowly adding more Infestors, getting a lot of Broodlords as well, getting a lot of Corruptors also. And with 9 Broods, I mean, Really all he's missing is a slightly higher infestor count. He can push forward with this really soon, and the tiny amount of Vikings and just a Marine medevac to try to counter that, never going to work.
Yeah, no way. So, looks like Zerg is swarming over here. Oh my god, he actually might target down that hatch.
Yeah, you might actually get it.
And he's going to get this base here with ease.
Yeah, he's even going to kill
a lot
that
of the drones. Really nicely done. Now going over here to this base.
Ooh, nice move. But don't remember, DRG did retake his third base, so he's got to get in there and try to get that as well. If he can get that as well, maybe he can become cost efficient of it. And look at that. So smart. He was just targeting down Corruptors because there's nothing else there, and then killed off the hatchery. Kill anything he can right now. It doesn't even matter what it is. Every single unit at this point in the game is very important.
So at the Zerg's third base, I mean, is that basically mined out?
It looks like there's just a little bit of minerals left there. So yeah, if he could get in there and kill it, that'd be nice, but maybe it's not the most important thing because he does have a fully mining third base. Okay, actually has a lot of minerals.
He's actually fine on that third base.
Yeah, but the income is pretty similar because they are mining about the same. But again, the army of DRG is just, there's no way for Polt to actually deal with it right now. All he can do is run around and waste the time of DRG while he tries to get up to some sort of unit composition that has a chance against this. But he hasn't been able to do that, and here DRG comes.
All right. The Truckers, the Broodlords coming in now, and we had a stim, and it looks like a Terran army might just be wiped out here. It looks like now, I think we're going to have a...
Looks like Legend is lagging a bit.
Yep, think so. But anyways, I think we know how this game is going to end.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious what's about to occur. Death.
Death. The death of a
Death
nerd.
from above.
Yes.
Not death from below like a Baneling 9.
What is Polt going to have to do after this game? I mean, he had a very tough time. DRG is more than aware that, okay, like...
You know, let's talk about this a little bit, because Polt set up, like, a really cool timing attack with a lot of Marines and Marauders and a lot of aliens. Hold on.
All right,
let's go back into this. These are the death throws of Polt.
Yeah, this will be a GG here, as you can see. And even though DRG lost that third base, doesn't matter. It's just, there's too much Zerg everything.
Yeah. It's way too much here.
You know, Zerg's not even making any money, as the minerals are actually staying stagnant.
Yeah, it's like kind of like a base trade, but it's not one that Polt has any potential to really win. Because even though he can sit here and kill all these buildings, and the army he can just never stop.
Right.
Like DRG can literally sneak a couple, you know, like he has time to get back basically. These cannot kill buildings quick enough, these Marines.
Right. Well, if you just look at the damage output here for the Zerg, he's going to wipe out everything that Terran has. I think Polt's slowly realizing that, where he's saying, I don't...
But you know what? There's actually something to gain if you're a really calm player by actually killing off as much as you can as Polt. Because DRG will look at it and be like, this is really annoying. How did he do this? I had so much more supply and he still killed my whole base while I killed him.
Yeah.
And you know, that's something that sometimes will give you a little bit of an advantage going into game.
That's very true, yeah.
So I think it's actually a really good idea for Polt to continue to micro here, to be honest. Because Polt, I don't think, is someone that ever gets flustered in these situations.
No, he seems pretty calm.
He's really leveled out, you know?
It's pretty well-rounded.
Yeah. Well.
All right, going for the hatch now. Some drones returning some minerals, and now running out. He might end up having to make an extractor somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, he's got enough money to do so, and here we go. This is the death blow on the rest of these units. Of course, no chance of all that. Most of his units fighting broodlings right now, and guess what? Those broodlings are going to die anyways.
Should not be attacking Overlords actually right now. The DRG has lost all his hatcheries, so he sees where all the buildings are. Now let's just say it's a hypothetical, like he just couldn't find that orbital, and that could be really bad news.
You know what? If he went around and killed extractors right now, that would give him the highest chance. Because everything else, the creep will dry up, and he'll lose it eventually.
Right.
So, yeah, it would be... And killing those Overlords, you're right, Tastes, was a really bad idea.
Yeah, that was a complete waste of time.
Yeah, he's going to kill the support crawler, because those things can actually walk around with your army in a base trade. But right now, it's 8 supply to 111. And the Corruptors are probably just going to fly over, target the medevac, and then... I mean, eventually Polt's gonna have to leave the game.
Yeah. Well, that's been taken out. GG. All right. A little bit of
Zero
a drawn
supply.
out death scene there.
Yeah, 0 supply to 111. That's right around when you
Zero
should
supply
GG.
is pretty bad.
Well, yeah, 0 supply is pretty bad, I have to agree. Now, yeah, if you happen to have a giant amount of money and like a bunch of tech and production facilities, then maybe you can work with 0 supply.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you're going to turn that into a max pretty quick, but not in this case. All right, so
Game number 3.
kind of a crazy one.
Map's going to be chosen by Polt.
Yeah. What will he choose here? I think it's going to be Antigua. That's my guess.
I think so. It's a good map to pick. DRG is not... He's actually not terrible on Antigua, but Nozerg really enjoys Antigua against Terran.
Tasteless.
Late game just a little bit too hard.
It is going to be Antigua. I just jumped into a game before they even invited me because I wanted to know.
Nice.
I snuck myself in there, tasteless. We're going to have a computer now in this game, so that's going to be good.
Yep, we now have our in-game, we have our own observer now, and we have our own preview screen here. Just so you guys know how this actually works is neither Artosis or I observe. That's what Legend does. Then on my screen in front of me is the screen that you guys are all seeing. On where Artosis sits, we actually have another game, or we're in-game as well.
Yeah.
And we can just basically look around.
Sometimes I just ladder when I commentate, but most of the time I'm in the game.
That's right.
Watching, and yeah, we can check whatever we want during that. Supplies, drone counts, little tiny things that the observer may not be showing, stuff like that.
Yeah. And we basically didn't have 2 of those that last game, last 2 games, so it was a little bumpy. By the way, guys, get on Twitter, tweet at us. I'm Call Me Tasteless. Artosis is Artosis.
Artosis is Artosis. Thanks, Socrates.
Artosis is an Artosis is an Artosis, as Shakespeare says.
Yes. All right. It's time, Tasteless. Antigua Shipyard. Definitely, the way Polt's been playing today, this is a map he could win. He could do this. He could take out DRG and have a really good shot at moving into that round of 8. And I tell you what, man, there's no one hungrier for a top 8 than Polt.
Polt wants this.
He has been losing in round of 32 for like a year. He keeps getting back, but then he'll lose. He'll be like, oh my God, I'm a champion. Why is this happening?
Well, DRG also a champion, eager to get deeper into this tournament. But right now, I think all of our players are a little frustrated by just how good these groups have become.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah. All right, so it's going to be starting in a moment, Tasteless. Do you think Polt does some wacky timing or plays a standard game here?
I think he plays a standard game, but you never know with Polt. He's pretty flexible at this point in time.
Also.
All right, so let's get ready, guys, and see who's going to go up and who's going to be at risk of possibly being eliminated here from the round of 16 in the GSL Code